Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I wanted to discuss this viral video that's been going around. And I'm not going to play it because, quite frankly, the audio is so crazy with the girl yelling. But I wanted to talk about it. You can always Google it. Dad McDonald's argues with baby mama, whatever. You can search it out and I'm sure you'll find the video on YouTube. Basically, the premise of it is a father was bringing his young son some McDonald's, and the mother decided that she wanted to quote unquote expose him because everybody thinks he's such a great father, and she thinks that he's not a great father because she has 3 other children that are not with him. They're not together, by the way. This is a baby mama, baby daddy situation. I don't even like saying that, but for the purpose of this audio. So he comes there. She's videotaping him because I guess he said he's on his way. She's videotaping him as he pulls up to the house, and she's already going off about it. Everybody thinks he's so amazing. He's really not. He probably don't even have enough food for my other 3 kids. It's not fair that, my son is going to eat food from my other children and they feel left out and this, that, and the other. So sure enough, he gets out of the car. He has 1 bag of food that is, probably a Happy Meal type situation or whatever, and 1 drink. And she's like, that's all you come here with? And what about my other kids? And she's going off. And then he's like, why are you videotaping? And she's like, because I'm exposing you. So her Jesus Lord, oh God. Her bugbear is that he should be bringing food for all of the children. So his son, including the other 3 that are not his. He even said in the video, well, where's their father? Or fathers, I don't know. She may have multiple. And she was like, basically like, well, you knew what it was when you got with me. So we have to assume with that comment that she already had a child with someone else before he had a child with her. My personal opinion of this, because people have been like, Renee, I know you've seen that video, girl. What do you think about this video? And I really haven't commented on it. I'm just kind of just shaking my head. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a commentary on it. I'm going to put it on my podcast because why not? My personal thought process is this. Though I understand her sentiment of not wanting to have the other children being left out, I mean, think about it from the mother perspective, watching your child eat McDonald's, enjoying his food, and then your other 3 children obviously are not included. I understand the sentiment of that. And if that child's father decided that he wanted to do that as a kind gesture, wonderful. But when everything is said and done, that is not his responsibility. Those children have no connection to him other than, well, what she said is, but that's your child's siblings. Yes, but he didn't make those babies. So whoever their father or fathers are need to deal with that. That's a conversation that they need to have, right? Or you need to coordinate where he comes to pick up his son, and his son goes with him for an outing with dad. And then you do the whole McDonald's, Chuck E. Cheese thing, or whatever the case may be, Dave and Buster's, whatever. Because then it's just the two of you together. And I think the father did say something like that in the video. Well, give, like, let him come with me or whatever. On top of all of the argument that they are having, pretty much like outside of their building, she said, well, give me the food then. First of all, the father is flabbergasted because he is just not understanding, like, how did it go left like this? And then she proceeds to throw the food to the ground. The drink bursts open across the street and sidewalk, and the food is strewn in the street. I have never seen such ignorance like this. It's been a long time since I've seen this level of foolery. It is not this man's responsibility to take care of these other children. If he wanted to, out of the great goodness of his heart, do this and provide for the other children a meal for them as well, that's on him. That's up to him. He is not required. And quite frankly, I don't feel bad for him not providing a meal for the other three, because it's not his responsibility to do that. He would just be going the extra mile by doing that. And I honestly would not require it as the mother. I would not require it. What I would do as the mother to take up responsibility for my own children is, when I know that he is coming to bring him McDonald's, the son that you have with him, I would make sure that I had set aside some dollars to get the other kids a Happy Meal as well. So if it's a once a week thing on Fridays or something like that, then they will all have Happy Meals together, and then none is the wiser, and we're moving on. That's how I would do that, because you shield children from these crazy things and these stupidity. Now, I have to assume that the child was home. I have to assume that the other children were home as well. So you're outside arguing downstairs at the door with one of your children's fathers, throwing food in the street. First of all, this is this man's hard-earned money. I don't care if it's $5. It's still money that he has used to provide this food for his son. It was the levels of, it's so asinine. It's mind-boggling, really. It really is. Like I said, he has no type of responsibility for those other children. That is not the case. And if it's going to be a huge situation, just have him come pick his son up and take him to McDonald's. Let them have an outing on their own. I don't know what they do outside of this, because we didn't get that whole story. We can only get this, regulated scenario here. But I've never seen anything like it. That was a shocker. It really was a shocker. But, this, I'm going to end on this note. You really have to be careful who you lay down with. Okay? I know I have a mixed audience here, and I'm just going to speak from the practical standpoint. I know there's a mixed audience. You got your church folks, and the church folks are going to want to have a different approach to this. I'm not even going to walk down that road right now, because y'all already know what it is. Be very careful. I would say this. I'm going to keep it all the way real. Before you decide that you got your eyes set on somebody, this is for men, women, because men go after women, women go after men, all of that. We are going to really keep it a buck right now. Before you decide to pursue someone in the thought process of, that's going to be a future relationship. You're going to be sexually involved with individual person or whatever. You really should base, this is my personal opinion, you should really look at the situation and say, if I were to get up from this bed, whatever, throes of passion, I'm trying to clean it up, I want to keep it kind of clean. After you get up out that bed, if that woman said to you, fellas, this is for y'all. If that woman called you 2 months later and said that she was pregnant, would you be proud to call her the mother of your child? Right? Ladies, 2 months later, you find that you are pregnant and you think back to that guy that you were with. Would you be proud and would you be able to say, oh, he would make an excellent father to my child? In my opinion, if you can't say that about someone that you're sleeping with, you should not be sleeping with them. If you're sleeping with someone who's just the hoe of the day or whatever the case may be, and you would never want to have a child with them, don't sleep with them. Because even if you're using protection, condoms break. Heights of passion happen, condoms are forgotten, and that's how a lot of us got here. So if you cannot say to yourself, oh, that person would make an excellent parent of my child, whether you're a guy or whether you're a girl, don't sleep with that person. Just don't do it. I have so many guy friends that have baby mamas, and it's nothing but drama. Because it was a woman to hit and quit. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all do. I'm trying not to go the crass route with this, but it was just another notch on their belt. It wasn't anybody that they really cared for. It wasn't anyone that they really felt like, wow, if she told me she was pregnant, she would be just the most amazing mother to my child. It's just never that. Or there's women, so many, even friends of mine, who constantly complain about their child's father. And it's like, well, he was ratchet when you laid down with him 17 years ago or 8, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers. You knew this. So what did you think it was going to be? You thought that was going to make you his girl? Listen, you have to be so careful who you choose. I look at the situation that way. Because I think if we all look at it that way, it would be a whole different situation coming to the table. Again, I know there's mixed audience here. For the saints, y'all supposed to be getting together after you get married anyway. But still, I could say it for the saints too. Would you want the man that you married? Would you want the woman that you married not just to be your love? Oh, the sex is amazing, we jive. Would you want them to be a parent to your child? The woman that you are married to, can you see her being a phenomenal mother? The man that you are married to, can you see him being an awesome dad, an awesome father? Because I know a lot of people that are married to folks that, yeah, they were good for being a husband, or they were good for being a mother, for being a wife, but not necessarily have children with. It's a package deal. If I'm married to this amazing, guys, say to yourself, if I'm married to an amazing woman, she's amazing for all these things, but will she make a great mother? That should be part of the criteria before you even get down on one knee asking her to marry you. She could be a great lover. She could be a great, partner in life, but will she be a great mother? If you don't honestly think that this woman that you say you're in love with would be a great mother, you need to do some research on that and really flush that out before you walk down the aisle. Because so many men, married men are disappointed because the woman that they married is not very nurturing. Even giving birth to her own child. She may just be giving birth to a child just to please you. Well, I'll have one, just to shut him up type of thing. And then she don't even care for the child like how most mothers do. He's left to wash the child up every night, feed the child, and she's gone with her girlfriends doing her thing. Ooh, I've seen this situation a few times. And I'm talking about married people. It's wild. Or just the other way around. A lot of times women will marry who they think is this amazing man, and then they start having children, and they get left with the kids. He's out doing his thing with his boys. You know what I'm saying? He's chilling. Where she's left with the bulk of the responsibility. I'm talking about married people. So can you imagine the caveats when you're not married? Can you imagine how much of the craziness is level 10 when you're not in a committed relationship with the person? I can only imagine. So search that video up, father, with McDonald's food, or father, baby mama McDonald's. I'm sure you could search it that way and you'll find it. And I would love to hear your feedback on what you guys think about that video. Like I said, I don't think the father owes those other children of her other children anything. But I think she felt like she was going to expose him. And I feel like the video ended up exposing her for how much of a toxic individual she turned out to be. I think her going on the sentiment of, well, the rest of the children maybe the rest of the children should get stuff, but it doesn't have to be by him. Like I said, I probably would go the route when I know his dad is coming once a week to give him McDonald's. I would put a few coins away so that I would have McDonald's for my children as well. So they could eat as siblings, at the table. The four of them can eat together and not feel away. But that's not that brother's responsibility. There's some brothers that's not even showing up for their kids for anything. And here he is showing up thinking he's doing the right thing, and he's confused because she is now putting the responsibility that is hers and hers alone with whoever those other baby daddies are. She's putting that on him. And that's just wrong, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. I thought it was an interesting video. It definitely has been making the rounds this week on social media. And, it definitely made me think really, really hard. Like, we as human beings, I don't care from what background you are or whatever, think really, really deeply about who you're intimate with. Because if you were to have a child with them, would you be proud? Would you think, oh, this is amazing? Because this is a situation that I'm sure this guy didn't see coming at all. So, just don't lay down with everybody. And this is a perfect example of that. All right, you guys, I am out. Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Let me know that you are listening. At me on Instagram, at Onyx Queen Media. and I will repost you in my stories as a shout out and a thank you. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.